breakfast and being a mommy. But lately it's been like, I don't know where the day goes because you're just hopping from one call to the other, putting out one fire after another, trying to come up with another idea, you know. So I think it will be also a great way to spend time is to create something new, because it's very time consuming. It's very creative. I think it'll be a chance for people to really, you know, stretch their imaginations and work on something new that they had never thought of before, and really, you know, kind of go within yourself and think, okay, what am I going to do? I need a plan B.
Right.
And
I love that. I love that. You know what? I was on an interview yesterday, and what I said was, don't come out of this without having gained something.
that's right.
And it can be as simple as learning Spanish or getting in shape or starting a business or creating a plan. But you know, if you're in pain and you're going through hell, learn from it. Get something
Yes.
out of it.
Yes. And they say that it's how a person handles adversity and how a person handles the worst of times. Uh, and it kind of shows their true character, because we all have really bad moments. You know, we all have ugly times. But I think I think it's important also. Here's what I think. I was saying this to my mother yesterday. I really think it's important for us to lift each other up. You know, like I want to, like, I'll watch, for example, Good Morning America, and I watch that whole team, and they come to work and they try to dress in something colorful, is why I have this bright shirt on.
Me
But
too. Somebody said to me, stop wearing dark colors. It's depressing.
you need a purple sweatshirt.
I do.
So you need one of your elves, the
Tipsy
tipsy
elves.
elves. You have to
Yes.
put on your tipsy elves. Hello, great marketing tool. Come on, Robert. But yeah, so I think for us to check in on one another's mental health is super important, because everybody's going to go up and down and have a bad day. Last week, I had a whole day where I thought I was going to cry any second for absolutely no reason. I was just so worried about everybody. And I think that we have to check on each other, even though we seem fine. If you say to somebody, how are you doing? Oh, I'm fine. You know, maybe they're not fine. You know, so I think just keep checking on your loved ones and take care of each other, and really, you know, worry about that side of it too, because not everybody has it together.
So, Kris, I appreciate your time. I'm not going to keep you much longer. I just want to ask you one final question.
Yes.
Just personally curious to see what you say. I ask everybody this. You've achieved so much. You've met so many successful people. If you had to summarize it, would you say there are 2 or 3 characteristics that you've met with people that are successful in business that stand out for you?
Like their characteristics as
Yeah.
a person?
Yeah. Like, what do you think are the 2 or 3 things you need to have in order to be successful in business?
Well, I think a tremendous amount of energy would help, because, you know, and being thoughtful. But I think that people that I've met that are super successful are usually people that have an incredible work ethic, and they have they're workaholics, which isn't always the greatest quality. But, you know, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I catch myself working way too many hours in normal times, obviously, but working way too many hours and being totally obsessed with what I'm doing. And you have to find a balance eventually. I think to start anything and make it really super successful, you have to throw yourself into it. You have to eat it, live it, breathe it, you know, be obsessed with it. And then once you get that puppy off the ground, you know, you can delegate a little bit more. But I think you have to stay engaged, Robert. I don't think, you know, I'll give you one example. When Courtney and I and the girls had our stores long ago, when we first started shooting our show, Smooch and Dash, when we were there and we were engaged, the stores did great. The minute we weren't there for the day, everything kind of fell apart. And I've kind of used that as my rule of thumb throughout my career, throughout all of the businesses that we've done. And developed, and really, you know, and I've learned a lot from my girls. Like, I don't think Kim sleeps at all. I don't know what's happening, but she's like an astronaut. She must sleep while she's still working or something. But I think it's just that dedication and that belief and passion in what you really are trying to do.
Gosh, those are such great points. You know, I always say, if you're not the most passionate person that I'm talking about in your business, then why would I deal with you? And even when
Yes.
you have nothing, be the source of joy. You know, when I had my first business, Kris, people would say to me, because I'm in a very technical field, but I'm not an engineer. So people were amazed that I could sell technology that I really didn't understand at the time. But when we asked our customers why they bought from us, they said, because you're so passionate about it and you're fun to deal with. And I think especially in these really hard times, you've got to be passionate, you've got to be engaged, and you've got to be positive. Nobody wants to
Yes.
deal with somebody negative.
Yes, I agree. Joyful is key. I think if you can be joyful and try to add something to somebody's life and make somebody smile every day. Oh, and can I add one more thing about like these entrepreneurs starting a new business? I
Yes,
think it's
please.
very helpful if when you're starting something online, if you can take a percentage, even a tiny percentage, and give back to a really great cause, whatever that might be for you, people will really gravitate towards that.
Oh
I
my
think
gosh,
it's
that is
right.
such a great point. You know, another trend we've seen on Shark Tank, all of our successful investments now do that. SandCloud, Tipsy Elves, they all take a percentage of the profit and give it for a greater cause. And I think that is great advice because people want to be connected with your cause.
Right. And some people don't know how to give back or can't give back as much as they'd like. But if they feel like they're supporting a small business, which I love to do, I think that that's really helpful if they're giving back something, because then you feel like you're giving back
Right.
and your money's
Kris,
going to a great cause. Anyway.
thank you for your time. Your joy and your message
Oh,
is so inspiring. I have so much respect for what you've built. And I know
thank
you've helped
you.
so many people with some of this great advice. Talk to you
Thank
soon.
you. Thank you, Robert. Same back to you. Lots of
All right.
love.
Lots of love. Thank you.